We'll get with the people here in a second, just resetting everything. Look, the question, it's not nuanced. It's simple. Is it? I'm there. And again, if you want to do the Goff stuff, because I know Cookie's is obsessed with it, it's simple for me. 5 games. He's got 5 games for his career here in Detroit. You want to get paid? Win the division, win a playoff game. Period. Anything less, I don't pay him. There's no argument to be had. It's cut and dry. Now, if you don't want to pay him after that, here's your problem. You're not living in reality. When your quarterback wins a division and wins a playoff game, you kind of don't get a choice.
Right.
Now, you could technically create a tense situation, play it out. He's a restricted free agent. We can get into franchising and all that. I'm making a point there. There's nothing to debate right now. He's not playing good enough. He looks like he is in a collapse. Part of it looks like the O-line. Part of it is him. He's seeing ghosts out there. And some of the passes he's completed, look, I said to Rico earlier, guys, we give quarterback, I always laugh at this. Wow, he threw it into a tight window there. Yeah, that's called triple coverage, and he was never open. He didn't see the third guy, and the ball, look, windows in the NFL are extremely tight. That's where you'll see guys, and you go, why did that guy not make it as a pro? He was awesome in college. Because the windows are instead of it being yards, become feet.
Mm-hmm. But because everybody's good in the pros.
And
everybody's
Goff,
a top player.
You're seeing more now, Rico. More balls that we call them turnover-worthy plays.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there are plays every game. He's throwing it right to the opposition.
Well, it's why you always hear the cliche, you don't throw across your body, you don't throw across the field, because it's just basically you hold your breath because you're thinking this is going to be an interception, this is a bad throw. So you're saying basically if they don't win the playoff game, you just ride out, you let him become a lame duck quarterback. He's just on the final year of his deal, and you figure it out later?
Yes. I've been the guy saying, extend him. He's playing MVP caliber football. Why am I going to continue saying that when at the critical point in his career and this team's season, he's collapsing? 10 turnovers in 4 games?
Yeah.
I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? And I got to be honest, guys, I view it a little different. If you think it's horse bleep, cool. I'm not mad at you. When you take bad sacks, those are turnovers in my world. Do you know who's holding on to the ball too much? Jared Goff. You know who's taking bad sacks? Goff. And he's not capable of escaping. So we can't play that card where mobile quarterbacks have distorted sack totals. So I'm very concerned. Defensively, I know you're bad. There's nothing new here.
Yeah, defensively, you are who you are. You don't have all the pieces, but you didn't really go out to try to gain pieces, and you're missing a lot of your guys are injured. We were told, hey, we don't want to interrupt our culture in locker room, so this is it. This is as good as you're going to be. But the turnovers, I think, also make the defense look bad. But when you think about it, defense playing against short fields, they just got off the field. They just did their job, and then the offense turned the ball over, and now they got to go out there, put out a fire, and try to at least hold them to a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Hey, can I ask another question? I mean, here I go being unfair again. Tell me who this is. 2 for 51, 1 for 11, 0 for 0. 2 for 16, 2 for 18. Jamison Williams. That's the number 12 overall pick in the draft last year. Where are the JMO truthers for me? But did you see the swan dive? Guys, a team in desperate need of a playmaker, a team whose quarterback needs someone to help him, did not catch a ball yesterday.
Oh, but here's what they're going to say, Mike.
What?
He was wide open. Jared Goff just couldn't get him the ball.
Okay. The point I'm making is...
And for some of those, he was open. Goff either didn't see him or couldn't get the ball there.
What do you want me to tell you? It's what I've told you since early in the year. He would never be bigger than this team's third option, maybe fourth. Rico, something's got to change. They either got to get him out of here or you got to make a switch at quarterback in the offseason. Because this is nonsense. Guy's going to finish the year with 15 catches. Come on. What are we doing? This is the point in the season we talked about Jamison Williams evolving and developing into a weapon that people would fear.
I thought maybe that was it when he did the little end around in New Orleans and dove into the end zone. It was okay.
Rico, with all due respect, that's Robert Turpin. You know what Turpin is? That's the Cowboys trinket player. Okay, that's not Brandon Cooks.
Ray McLeod.
Right, that's not Michael Gallup. That's not CeeDee Lamb. I didn't draft this kid number 12 overall to be Bob Turpin.
No, but see, I thought maybe at that point.
What is Turpin's first name? Is it Robert? I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful.
I think it is, yes.
And maybe I was just being too hopeful, even though I'm not allowed to speak upon the Lions. Okay, you start playing him like that, maybe he could become your Debo Samuel, where you can move him around and you can bring him off a jet sweep.
Right now, here's what we know. Nothing's happening. And you know what's not hard to find a guy? When it's a smoke route. If they're playing off cover because of his speed, snap, throw. You know what's not hard? A screen pass.
You mean like DJ Moore yesterday?
Right, I'm just making a point.
No, you're right. Where single coverage, tap the helmet, single coverage, you know what to do, throw it deep, I'll go get it.
I would love to. And again, if you're saying, Mike, I'm not panicked, then what is your level of concern? Look, I'm not saying you're guaranteed to lose this weekend. I'm not doing that. But if you're playing the way you've played over the last month of the season, guys, that's a quarter of your year. If you play that way, you will not beat Denver. And if you don't, do you understand the situation we're in now? You're not beating Dallas. So that's a BOGO. That's a negative BOGO. That's me. I'm concerned.
No.
Let's go to Quentin, 97.1. Quentin, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, Mike, I'm heavily concerned. I'm concerned about Jared Goff, but not for the turnovers, because I can explain those away yesterday. Those two picks were at 4 for forevers. He was trying to make a play, and it was at the other side of the field, so it was almost like a long punt for both of them. The fumble was really bad, so that's no excuse. But my problem with Goff really extends to how Chicago and honestly the rest of the defense is going to be playing. If you see, I got to look at the alternate too. But if you've been seeing, the safeties are playing a lot closer to the line of scrimmage. They're playing a lot closer, and they're saying we're not going to give you nothing underneath, or make it very difficult for you underneath. You got to go deep. And there were numerous opportunities. I know you just got done talking about JMO, but there were numerous opportunities where JMO had his guy beat. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, either Ben Johnson's not drawing up plays, or he's the first read and Goff got to see him, or Goff's not trusting himself for whatever reason to push the ball downfield.
And I agree with you, Quentin. But my point to you, and I think you would agree, it is incumbent upon the coaching staff and the quarterback to figure out the best way forward to get the ball in the kid's hands. Because if he's not going to cut it loose and throw it 50 yards down the field, well, then what are we going to do? Just shrug our shoulders? Ben Johnson's got to do better here. Goff's got to be better.
No, I agree. But I guess my whole point was earlier in the year, everybody was saying this is a JMO problem. JMO's not doing the things he needs to do. JMO's not doing everything. Well, as the years progress, we're starting to see it's maybe a Ben Johnson and Jared Goff problem. That's specifically when it comes to the relationship between him and JMO. That's the only thing I'm going to point.
Yeah, and Quentin, I'm not here to argue with you. And things evolve as the year goes along. I mean, look, we were having a conversation at the start of the year. Goff was great. Goff has been bad. I have no issue if you want to put blame on him, because at a certain point, you're the veteran and he's the rookie, and it's your job to bring him along and figure it out. Mm-hmm. And he's not. I'm not going to sit here and defend Goff like that. But I also can't sit here and defend a guy who's never had more than 2 catches in a single game in his career.
Yeah, I have to correct some things. Robert Turpin last played in 2012, and he is not fast. It was Cavante Turpin.
See, I knew it wasn't Robert. I had the wrong Turpin.
I was thinking Robert played in the NFL, but he's not fast.
He played with Seattle, didn't he?
Yes.
Wow.
That's Robert Turpin.
Unbelievable. Where'd you get that Rico drop?
Friday.
What happened to you Friday?
What were we talking about? Oh, it was a running back or something. I forgot what it was.
You were talking Robert Turpin on Friday?
No.
No.
No, we're talking about a running back.
248-539-9797.
Yeah, you're talking about the offensive lineman to get out of the way.
Cavante
Yes.
Turpin.